Welcome to Adventures with Robert. I'm Robert. This is my adventure. Today, Gracie and I are out and about again. We're up northern Maine again. I think we're in the town of Bigham. I'm not sure. We're on the opposite side of the Kennebec River from where we usually go for a quick overnight. So I don't know what town we're in, but it's a beautiful spot. We're in another one of those Brookfield public campsites, which I'll share with you in a moment. And we stayed last night. I actually didn't film much of that. I had friends over, came up to go swimming. We're in a beautiful spot to swim, which was amazing because it was warm yesterday. And we had a great time down there playing in the river. She had a blast chasing sticks and doing her usual doggy stuff. So, good times. Today we got a few things planned, and we're going to kind of play it by ear. We might stay another night. I'm not sure. It depends. I got chores to do back home, but I don't know. We'll play it by ear and see how it turns out. Good morning. Boy, what a great night last night. It was so pleasant. We had loons most of the night and the occasional owl. Gracie and I slept great, although she's ready to play now. She knows there's water down there and sticks, so we have to go explore that a little bit. But first, it's breakfast time. All right, let's get breakfast figured out. Inside here. Let's see, where is my... Oh, there it is. Got tea kettle. There we go. And today's breakfast is something really good. Everybody's going to love this since they enjoyed my meals last time so much. Oh yeah, biscuits and gravy. Freeze-dried biscuits and gravy. What more could a guy ask for? You know, all joking aside, that stuff is actually really good. And it's easy. And I'm not cooking anything fancy this morning, so it's just Gracie and I. So simple fare. Special spoon for that. And then we need water. And this, I get picked on a little bit, but I actually measure the water that I put in these things. I've been asked why. And it's because if you don't put enough, or if you put too much, then it either becomes soup or it's too dry. So, if you take a minute and measure it. Believe it or not, it works out very well. Okay, now we need fire. And I picked up lighters since the last time we were out. Well, actually, Katie bought them. We needed them. Oops, wrong burner. Wait a second. There we go. Works better when you turn on the right one, the correct one. Put that on there. And then this is here for a minute. Put this away. What we can do here. Oh, yeah. Now, oops, drop my camera and get this open. Have to do dishes after this, which is okay. I think Gracie and I are going to do some exploring today. We might pull the camper off the truck, and then I've been told there's other good sites around here, so I want to go looking around and see what we can find. Might be fun for future stops. I'll take care of this trash. Now we just wait for the water to boil. And we got steam. Okay. Well, water vapor, but close enough. Pour this in. mix it up, and we let it sit for a little bit. There. Seal it up so we don't lose any water to evaporation. And now we wait. Well, while we wait for breakfast to get ready, let's go down to the water. The dog seems excited at the prospect. This is such a neat spot. I found out about it from a gentleman when I was in my last video where I was camping across the way at the boat launch. He pulled up in his pontoon boat and came over and started chatting with me and mentioned that there were other spots on the other side of the river. I said, I was not aware of that. So he gave me some rough ideas of where these spots are. And the first one I came upon was this one. And oh my goodness, it's amazing. A nice sand beach here on the Kennebec River. And it's hard to see, especially in this camera, but right there is the boat launch that I camped at in the last video. So I'm not too far geographically from where I was, but as far as driving, it's like, I don't know, 10, 12 miles to get here because you have to go way downriver back into Bingham to find a bridge to cross the river, and then you come back up here and it's all dirt roads, which is really neat. Well, breakfast isn't ready yet, but let's check out camp. I haven't really shared this yet. We're in a really nice spot. It's, again, another Brookfield public camping site. It's another one of those $5 a night. My view from my camper, along with my dog. There's 5 sites here. We're in the 5th one, which is the one that's closest to the water. There's another group here that came in last night. You can't see them, but they're back over there on site 1 and 2. But they've been quiet, so that's nice. And then you see there's a couple more sites right here. And I'm all set up. I had to pull the Starlink off the camper again and put it on my table because it was pretty badly obstructed. I set up the shower last night. We didn't shower, but after getting out of the water and climbing up that hill, I got covered in sand, so I wash the sand off. The view out the window this morning, though, was pretty nice. I had the dog laying on my feet, and I could watch the sun come up over the river. And then just got the usual setup here. Nice spot. Darn nicer than the campground we were at down at Gettysburg, I'll tell you that. But anyway, that's another whole story. The dog is like, what are we doing? Let's do something. Where are we going? Do something more interesting than this. Oh, there's also restrooms here, too. They got, well, restrooms. I mean, there's outhouses, 2 of them, which is nice for the ladies. It's very quiet. Quieter than on the Brookfield sites on the other side of the river, because they're right on 201, so it's a lot more noisy. At night they get quiet, which is nice. But over here, you hardly hear the road, unless a big logging truck goes through or something that's really, on it. You don't really hear it, which is good. All right, let's check on breakfast. Take 2. Breakfast is ready. Very yummy. Gracie wants to get in on this too really bad. I gotta hurry up so I can get her share. Let's drop the camper. Well, let's hope we don't drop the camper. I'm gonna finish and unhook it. So I already unhooked the straps because That's not doing that with one hand. Unhook. This is for the antenna, the amateur radio antenna, the coax, and the ground. So we're going to unhook that. Just stick that back in so we don't lose it. Make sure that's well clear so it doesn't fetch up. I'll pull out from underneath the truck. That's clear. Okay. So the strap's unhooked. I'm gonna put the landing gear down in just a moment. Strap. Starlink cable's not in the way. All right, let's start putting the landing gear down. Do them one at a time. This is slick. This saves a lot of hassle and cranking by hand. So what I'm going to do is get them all sitting on the ground first. And yes, I am aware they make electric versions of these landing gear. And I could get a set of those, and I might long term, but they are not cheap. You're looking at, a couple grand, what I've seen, to put a set on. And I don't know how they work on non-level ground. Because sometimes I pull this thing off on non-level ground. So, all right, I'll switch it into low gear, and now we'll actually start to pick it up. And I tend to do the fronts first. I don't have a good reason. Let's get this one here. You don't have to go up very much. A few inches is more than enough to get yourself clear. My drill's not getting low. Oh, it is. Oh no, I'll have to put it back by hand. Oh, the humanity. A little bit more on this side. You think I would have checked the battery before I left. Oh well, I'm not a smart man. And we'll give the front a little bit. We're down by the bow, laddie. And one more on the other side. That should be more than enough. Let's drive out from under this thing. So there you go. Now we got our truck and we can go exploring. I don't normally leave it on jacks like this. I don't like to. I put sawhorses underneath it. But out here, we're only going to be gone for a little while. So I don't think we're going to have any trouble. And when we come back, we'll put the truck right back underneath it. Just Throw the straps inside. That silver thing there is a spacer. I have to space the camper up and back to clear the bar light and the headache rack and these bars here on the side. And I was trying to come up with an easy way to put the camper in and out. I needed something for it to push up against, and I finally came up with this spacer. Originally, I had something mounted to the front of the camper, and what I found was when I come in, of course, I'm well above the bed, I have to lower the camper down, and it was fetching up on the wall. So this thing just kind of sits there. I could take it out. It's just standing there. The camper gets up against it when it's up high, and then when I let it down, it just slides down this nice smooth aluminum and then stays in its position, and God forbid I get in an accident or stop quick. This will take the force of the camper coming forward, and it won't smash into my lights and, well, me, I hope anyway. That's the theory. So far it's worked really good. So we'll get all this closed up, move my table, get the dog in the truck, and let's go check out. All set to go exploring? There you go. Good girl. All right, let's go. Well, let's check this spot out, Grace. See what we got down there. All right, it says 0.2 of a mile. That's not far. You can see the water through the woods. Now we've reached a fork in the road, if you will. Go down and check that out in a minute. What's this say? Okay, so essentially the same thing. Huh, I didn't know this trail was even back here. Let's check out the water, Grace. So, fascinating story. Arnold's expedition to Quebec during the American Revolution. If you're not familiar with it, it's worth a Google and a read. What those men did was unbelievable. They hiked up through here in the winter time to attack the British in Quebec. And they marched through these wilderness. When Arnold and his men got near Quebec, they couldn't stop and camp and rest and then attack, because then the British would know they were there and the whole thing. So they had to hike through snow, well up to their waists, which, it's not an exaggeration. It really was like that. They had to hike through snow like that, go immediately into a battle, come within a hair of defeating the British, and then, because they lost, they had to turn around and march back immediately, because, again, if they had set up camp and stayed put, they would have been counterattacked by the British and captured, and bad things happened. Arnold's losses on this expedition were unbelievable, and I know he has since gone down in American history as, the ultimate villain for betraying the American Revolution and the George Washington. But what he did up to that point was amazing, and he should be recognized for it. He should also be vilified for what he did after, And you can make a good argument that, you know, he got discouraged and he was under influences from people he trusted that, you know, talked him into doing things he shouldn't. But ultimately, you're responsible for your actions, not the people who talk you into it. So, yeah, great story. Check it out. Wow, this is a nice spot. I think we're going to be coming here soon. It's not very level, although I think I could set the truck up in here with the leveling blocks under the wheels to get it close enough. And this would be a good spot for a motorcycle camping trip. Oh, rope swing, dude. Score. 2 rope swings. Is it really deep enough, or? Wow. What do you think of it here, Gracie, huh? This a nice spot? That's the Kennebec River out that way. We're on like a cove here, I think. No, I am on the river. I take that back. I am on the river because that's Route 201 right there. Okay. On a lot of these logging roads, the active ones especially, you'll see signs. They'll give it a name of a road and they'll be mile marked. And it'll, on the sign, it will say, you know, CB channel 19, CB channel 13, give way to trucks, which means the big rigs have the right of way and they're monitoring that CB channel so that if one of them is coming in, they'll say, I'm at mile 0, I'm at mile 1, mile 2. So if a guy is coming out, because this is only a 1-lane road, they'll say, okay, I'm at mile 7, I'll pull over and wait for you. And they'll have turnoffs that they wait at. A little trail. We're quite a ways back from the water now, but there is, oh, what do we got here? Let's check it out. Oh, this is a nice little spot down here. Oh, look at this. This is a nice tent spot. Holy cow, right on a brook with a waterfall, no less. Just think, Gracie, we almost missed this. Glad I let you talk me into coming out here. I think I hear another truck coming, actually. Oh yeah, look at this. It's actually pretty deep. And what a waterfall. I love Maine. And there's a truck up there. We got to put this on our list of things to keep in mind, huh, Grace? All right, back to the truck. Well, she's not favoring that leg anymore. Grace. Gracie. Come on, girl. Oh, there she is. She came around the other side. You snuck up on me. Onward.
Want to check out another one? I appreciate you not jumping in the water for me. Wow, this is cool. You know, the swimming isn't as good, well, it isn't swimming at all, as where I am, but there'd be far less people out here. Well, I keep saying spoiled, but I really am. I like to be the only guy for miles. My wife has a concern about that as I get older, but I mean, I've got Starlink, I've got the Garmin InReach, push the button, call for help. And granted, if you're having a heart attack, you know, just make sure they come get your body before the coyotes do. But I don't know, there's just something about being in the woods by yourself or with your dog. Wow. Little waterfall. Don't get too wet, okay? Finding all kinds of good spots today. Yeah, we'll definitely drop a pin for this one, huh? I hate it when people leave trash behind. They just assume the next person's going to burn it. Well, if the next person doesn't come along for a while, or they don't have a fire when they come, then that stuff gets blown all around. And then it looks like if I camp here and I don't have a fire, it looks like I did it. Gracie! Gracie! Come on, back in the truck. Hey! Gracie! There you go. Yeah, come on. Good girl. This road's a little gold mine. What is this? Another good spot with water access. Looks like pulpwood on his truck. It's not very good quality wood. Probably heading down to the paper mill. So the thing with these pulp trucks is they're paid by the load. So these drivers, they're motivated, very motivated. And if you're in their way, forget it. It's their road. You know, you get out of their way and let them do their thing. Unfortunately, they also have that attitude on the public roads, some of them. And you can see some pretty nasty accidents. And usually when someone gets in an accident with a pulp truck, it doesn't go well. I know. My seatbelt's not on. I had a friend whose wife was almost killed by a pulp truck in an accident. The car got squished and she had to be cut out of it. It was a whole thing. It was pretty not cool. So yeah, I give pulp trucks a wide berth. Besides, the last thing you want is you're on your camping trip, having fun, and you screw up some guy's livelihood by being in his way. They're running trucks through here now. Calm down, Gracie. Tell you what, let's let him get ahead. Let's check out this campsite that I drove by. We'll pull in here and see what we got. I'll give him a chance to get ahead of us. Let's check it out. It's a saw blade. Welcome to Site 23. Happy camping. Well, that's a welcoming sign. Let's let the doggy out for a minute. So, what do we got here? We got a trail, and I'm guessing there's a brook in there somewhere. Let's go see. The cry of the pulp truck, a Jake brake. We do. Little babbling brook. We're not that far upstream from the last one that was on the ledges. Walk that way, probably a few hundred yards, and you're at that little waterfall. Let's check out the other way. That path goes two ways. It goes two ways for a reason. Reminds me of a girl I once knew. No, we're gonna go this way, Grace. Check this out. Oh. Yeah, it just takes you to kind of more of the same. Okay, let's go back to the truck. Nice site though, flat, out of the way, you're off the road. It's like somebody had a tent set up for a while. Bring a weed whacker up, clean it up if you stayed here. Nice fire pit, plenty of room. You could put a big camper in here. This would be good for a group of friends, especially guys with tents, because that's a good tent spot. That truck's all dirty already. That's okay. Let Gracie back in. Whoop, up and in. That logging truck should be well ahead of us. I don't see anything else, so let's go. Well, I guess I was right. They are fixing the road for logging operations. I wish I had thrown the antenna on the truck, though. I really should have, so I could listen to them, know where they are, what they're doing. I'm sure that pickup that was coming out gave the driver a heads up that I was on the road. Although we were well out of his way because I heard him coming. Side. Where are we here? Release the hound. Fire pit. Oh, right on the brook. Another nice out of the way spot. More water. I think you get to it over there, Grace. Yeah. Just down from the ledge campsite. Looks like there's a trail that runs up along here. People must brookfish this, I'm guessing. Same thing with a trail going along there. Plenty of water. Right on your campsite. Think we should mark this one too, huh? Good enough to keep us busy for a while. Use one of these as a base and start exploring further out. Oh, I think there's another campsite over here. Well, there it is. It's got air brakes. Oh, check this out. What? No way. Holy cow. This is an awesome tent site. Amazing. Oh, this is a motorcycle site for sure. Park up there where the truck is. Hike your gear in. Fires by permit. Wow. Someone left their sweatshirt and their lawn chair. Holy cow, look at this waterfall, Gracie. Not a good spot for kids because you have to worry about them, but wow. Yeah, definitely a good motorcycle site. Let's go for a walk. Doesn't look too slimy. Watch this. This is where I fall in the water and I lose my phone over the falls. Right? Water's cold. Classic summer brook temperatures, probably 65. Should have wore a short sleeve shirt though. This long sleeve tee is a bit much. Beautiful, huh? The nice thing is the rock isn't all covered in moss. Some of it is, but you can get across without falling on your face. Let's check this out. We got lucky going the other way. Let's see what's over here. Oh, this is pretty. It's like an overflow channel. Look at that. You know, people ask why Maine doesn't have tall mountains. That's why, because the Ice Age has scraped the tops off and turned them all into boulders in our fields. Also why farming up here isn't so good. All the soil got scraped off and pushed out into the Gulf of Maine, and what was left in the fields was rocks. Helps me hit the right button. Okay, well, let's get out of here. Gotta go backwards. Gotta drive into a hole. Not super excited about, but it's not bad. I'll figure this out a little bit. Yeah, she's coming right through. Just get some momentum. Carry her right through. Slick as a fat. Then again, I guess if your fat's a slick, you're doing something wrong. Okay, let's go.
Well, Gracie and I are back. We got the truck back under the camper. Our mission was successful. I think we scouted like 5 or 6 new spots that are definitely going to require some exploring. We'll be back soon, probably on the bike, to check out a couple of those, and definitely camp at one. I could stay on this road all summer long and not use them all. I mean, that's great. It's a good problem to have. So if there's that many, there's more out there. I gotta find them. Couldn't ask for better weather if we tried, huh, babe? Coming out? Yeah. Come here, Gracie. Come here. Come here. Here, I got you. There you go. I got you. Put your feet down. There. Look at that. Hang on. No, I got you. There you go. Good job. Follow deeper. Deeper. What's back with you? Okay, put your feet down. It's like trying to teach a toddler that it's okay to walk in the water. Good girl. You're gonna take off all my stuff to teach me a lesson, huh? The stick in front of you is no longer interesting because I'm holding another one. Look at that face. Priceless. There you go. Retrieving sticks is serious business. Good job. You're a good stick getter. It's like, dude, you're leaving? No way. Come on, Grace. Yep, let's head up here. Oh, good shake. You'll be dry in no time. Mom's right, we gotta bring a brush for you when we come so I can brush you in the water. Get some of that loose fur out of there. Huh? Well, let's see. I got rocks in my shoes. Let's see if we can't do something about that. Starlink cable down there, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. Turn on the cold water. And oops. Need a little bit more than that. There we go. Not doing a very good job. There we go. That's why this setup is so neat, is because even if you're not camping, let's say you go to the beach for the day, when you get back to the parking lot, you can rinse your feet off before you get in the car. You don't have to set all this awning up and stuff, but you know, you can wash off your feet and put on your regular shoes and stuff. And it gives you a place to go too during the day if you want to make lunch or get out of the sun, or you know, change up before you go home. It's a pretty slick setup, whereas with a travel trailer, of course, that's not super practical. You can do that, but I don't think it's as practical. Right? Wet dog? What do you think, Grace? You want to figure out this dinner thing? Okay, we're going to do something a little more gourmet than our Mountain House meal breakfast. Let's get up here. Inside the camper. See what we can come up with. It's so hard to get good video in here. Okay. Rice-a-roni. I know, right? Hey, man. Take what you can get when you're born without the part of the brain that's necessary for producing healthy, nutritious food. So we'll get this thing, a rice cooker plugged in. I mean, God, a rice cooker. I'm out here in the middle of the woods and I'm using a rice cooker. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. All right, how's this work? Let's see. It wants water and butter. But how much? Oh, 2.5 cups of water.
2 tablespoons of butter. I don't know how much that is, but some. So let's this out. 2.5. One. Two. Now I use the half cup because these things aren't, they're tapered, so half full doesn't equal half a cup. 2.5. Okay. What you doing down there, Gracie? Trying to figure out what I'm doing up here. She knows it involves yummy things to eat. And we have butter. I don't know how much 2 tablespoons is, but it's probably not that. But oh well. It's funny how fastidious I am about measuring the water, but lackadaisical about measuring the butter. Yeah, I know. Doesn't make sense to me either. I think it's on warm up. Okay. And then I have to put this in. That looks important. Pour the rice in. And then get my little spoon that came with a cooker. That I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. I'm assuming you have to stir it up. Seems logical. Another spoon has butter all over it. Put this on. Push the cook button. And let's see how much power we're using. AC load. Yeah, nearest makes no difference, 200 watts. That's nothing. We can handle that, no problem. We've got plenty of electricity. Batteries are at 96%. That's 96% of 640 amp hours is plenty. We could go 3 or 4 days without any solar at all. And we got a lot of solar today, even though I was under the canopy here of trees. Once the sun got low on the horizon, a bunch came in. I was getting 300-400 watts there for a while. So I was at 89% this morning, just from stuff I had used last night and, various DC loads. And it brought it back up to 96%. Yeah. So, pretty good. We'll take it. What are you down there whimpering about? Dinner will be ready when it's ready. I'm sorry. Well, I'm just sitting here waiting for dinner to cook. I'm going to start the steak tips here in a minute. But while I was waiting, I pulled up YouTube and I see I passed 100 subscribers today. Thank you very much. 100 subscribers. What is that? That's nothing. Well, granted, if you're a channel with, 2 million, yeah, 100's a nothing. That's probably just their daily flux in and out. You know what I mean? Probably less. But for me, it's a big deal. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Because what it says, 100 people out there saw something I made and said, yeah, this doesn't stink enough to where I wouldn't mind seeing it again in my feed. And I really appreciate that. It means a lot. So thank you very much to everyone who's clicked that subscribe button. And a heartfelt thank you to anyone who might click it in the future. I really appreciate it. I'm not going to get rich off this. I'm not trying to make money. I don't want to make money. Well, I mean, everybody wants to make money. But I got another job. I make enough money. This is just something I'm doing for fun, to learn a new skill. I go to what I think are some interesting places and see some cool stuff. And it's great for me to share it with people who maybe might never be able to get here. Where you are, you're on the other side of the country, or the other side of the world, or, in the future, this place doesn't exist anymore. You don't have the time or the resources to come here. So I'd love to share it with you, and I'm glad that I have this opportunity. So thank you very much for taking the time to click that subscribe button and that like button and the comments. Had a lot of neat comments, a lot of people sharing ideas and places, and it's super cool. They've actually given me some ideas of things to check out and some of my drone video stuff, some places to document. So I'm gonna look into that and hopefully get some good content, good for them, and it'll be kind of fun for me to go someplace I've never been before. So, you know, hit that subscribe to see what weirdness comes out next. All right, time to get these steak tips going. Well, steak tip, there's only one. Usually I end up buying too many. This time I only got one. It's more than enough for the dog and I. There. Hey, you want that? Now we'll get this out. Oh yeah. Throw that on there. Oops, that's stuck. And of course, Bowery seasoned salt. I love this stuff. My wife turned me onto it years ago, and I'm hooked. Let's let that do its thing. We'll be back. Coming along good. Don't worry, you're gonna get some. While we're waiting for the steak to finish, I had someone ask me about my Starlink setup and how I got it going and whatnot. I wanted to take a second and show it to you. So this is kind of weird. Ordinarily, this is my Starlink Mini. Ordinarily, it lives on top of the camper, or it can attach to the truck. The truck's wired for it, and so is the camper. But being that I'm under these trees here, it was wiping out my service. So I stuck it to this little table that I usually use next to the grill. I should be using right now for cooking. It's magnetic. So I stuck it on here so I have a good view of the sky. And it actually is working pretty well. Occasionally I'm getting dropped service, but not too bad. The downside is I'm out in the middle of everything. So if there was a lot of people around coming and going, this would be an issue. And when I go to some of these other campsites where I'm under the canopy of trees, forget it. It's not going to work. But that's okay. I don't need internet. It's nice to have, but I don't need it. What I did do is I carry this 50-foot Starlink cable with me. And when I wired the camper for solar, I also added these power ports. So I run my Starlink at 24 volts DC. I'll explain that in a Starlink video, but it's a good idea to do. And I just got these waterproof ports under here that I plug into or can cap off. And if you look here, when I first assembled this, I thought I was going to need to run the Starlink off the truck when I was going down the road. So this port here I made is a 24 volt in, and there's a switch under the sink that's has 3 settings: off, internal power, external power. When it's set to external, I can power the Starlink circuits in the camper from the truck. So when I'm going down the road and stuff. Now I realized once I had it up and running that I have so much battery capacity, it's never a problem. The Starlink is always on the camper, it's always on. It only draws 20 watts, 25 watts. It's nothing. The batteries can handle it, and the solar recovers that in a very short period of time. So I've never had a reason to hook it to the truck. But the infrastructure is there should I ever want to. And it is handy to have this set up because, like in this situation when I'm under the trees, I need to be able to set it out remotely. Not fooling around. Is this done or what? Oh, I think it is. Yeah, we're going to call that done. That turned off. Oh, making a mess. That is how you attract bears. Yeah, you don't want to be spilling that stuff on the ground like I just did. And I always clean the grill when I'm done, so again, to cut down on smells. You know, I should have bought some frozen peas or something. I could have made those too and had a full-on meal, huh? All right, proper meal. This is way more food than I'm going to eat tonight, or Gracie. I have a feeling, Gracie, we're having rice and steak for breakfast. And you know what? That is okay. There. Set that aside. And of course, a little bit of A1 because yummy. I'll put it over here. There. There's nothing like a good piece of meat cooked on a fire, in this case propane, but still, when you're in the woods. I don't know what it is about it, it just tastes better. Yeah. It's kind of the same, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but when you take a shower in the woods, and by shower I mean like a bucket shower, you know what I mean? Stand under a bucket, pour water on yourself and wash. When you're in the woods, you always feel cleaner. At least I do. I feel more clean when I bathe out here than when I'm at home. And maybe it's just because you're so dirty and sweaty after a day of running around, doing whatever it is you're doing out here. It feels so good. And when you go to bed that night, it feels so good to lay in bed nice and clean and a nice clean sleeping bag, or in this case, clean bedding. I don't know. It's just more, everything's better in the woods. I don't know. I guess that's not true, right? If you had to get dialysis, it wouldn't be better in the woods. But dinner and a good shower just feels better when you're camping. Whew, that was a good meal, huh? Yeah, that was good eating. Yes. Gracie and I thoroughly enjoyed our dinner. Now we're just sitting back and noticing that things are starting to quiet down. The wind has dropped off. Not that there was a lot, but there was a little bit. So the water is starting to flatten out. Oh, thank you for the kisses. We're just going to chill out and relax for the rest of the evening. Take it easy. Maybe watch a movie and see what critters we hear in the woods. It is nice and quiet out here. And that is so underrated, I gotta say. I absolutely love just sitting back and listening to the world around you. It's funny, you go into just to pick a random piece of woods, right, where there's nothing going on. Just go in there, sit down, and be quiet. Don't move, don't do anything. Just sit there and watch. And after 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, the woods come alive. The birds come back, chipmunks come out, whatever critters are around, they don't really pay attention to you. And they just start doing whatever it is they do. And you can sit back and you can watch it. And it's amazing little, universe that unfolds right in front of you. And you didn't have to pay anything for it. All you had to do was carry a lawn chair into the woods and sit there and just be patient. It's a real treat. I thoroughly enjoy it. Can't really capture it on camera. I mean, you got to be there, immersed in it to truly experience it. But it's pretty neat. Try it. Cost you nothing. Wow, what a great evening. It's peaceful. The temperature is just right. Not too hot, not too cold. It's not humid. I just took a shower, which felt amazing, like it always does when you take a shower outside. Gracie's already headed off to bed. She's up there. She's made her spot and she's comfy.
I've got a little bit of reading to do tonight, a few things I'm studying, and then I'm going to head off to bed. Want to get up at a pretty decent hour tomorrow. Nothing too crazy, sleep until like 7. I want to take advantage of my last day off before I got to go back to work. And then we'll pack up, head for town. We got some chores to do when we get home. I'm looking forward to seeing my wife and my bed. However, I'm not going to bed until this sunset is done, because it is absolutely beautiful. The loons are calling out every now and again. Yeah, these are the moments that make all the time and effort to get out to a place like this worth it. Someone's up there already in bed. Got the lights off in there so we don't attract bugs, but I can keep the door open so she can come and go as she pleases. What a nice night. It's quiet. There's a breeze. Got a happy dog down there. Got her head on her pillow, looking out the window. Life is good. If you have a chance to do something like this and you're not, you're cheating yourself. Let me tell you. Morning, babe. Did you have a good sleep? Did you have a good sleep? Yeah. Well, good morning. Boy, another great night. It was really pleasant. There was a cool breeze all night, and we had not a lot of loons last night. It was pretty quiet, actually. Very quiet, which was nice. I won't say it rained, but we had like a mist come through, like a heavy mist. So everything's wet, but it was neat listening to the rain, or the mist that would condense on the tree fall on the camper. So it kind of sounded like rain, but it wasn't. But now we're up, we're moving around. Gracie is fed. I'm about to eat myself. Yes, I know, another one, but these are actually yummy. Okay, it's not my fault. And once we're done breakfast, we're gonna do dishes here and get things packed up, and then head back to town to see my lovely bride who's waiting for me. Well, she's at work, but we'll be home before her. But it's good because I got some stuff I got to get done, so it'll give me a chance to get my chores done and get ready for the next week of work, which I'm looking forward to. And we've got some friends coming up from out of state, which is going to be awesome. They'll be up here for a few days from Pennsylvania for a ham fest that my radio club puts on. And my friends will be helping myself and a few other local volunteer examiners administer some radio exams to hopefully some new ham radio operators. So that'll be a lot of fun. It's always a good time when we get together. So maybe I'll put together some video from that and share it with you guys if you're interested. Also, if you're interested in, amateur radio content, let me know. Ham radio. I can share that stuff. I'm not really looking to be, one of those YouTube ham radio gurus. There's already enough of them, and they're better at it than I am. But if you want to see some of the stuff that I use or that I do, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to share it. And I've got actually a pretty interesting portable setup that goes along with this camper with an antenna and radios, and it works really well. So if that's something you want to see, let me know. I'd be happy to make some content. All packed up, ready to go. Had a good 2 days here. A lot of fun. I know Gracie had a good time. You had fun, didn't you? Yeah. You ready to go home, see Mom? Yeah, you are. Yes, you're such a silly dog. And just do a once around. Make sure everything's put away as it should be. So the truck's all set. And our campsite's nice and clean. I always try and leave a campsite cleaner than I find it. And unfortunately, it's pretty easy to do that. I went around here picking up cigarette butts and candy wrappers and all kinds of other nastiness. I ran out of trash bags, or I would have taken this stuff over here. This is from the last people. We didn't have a fire, so. But looks pretty good, and it looks like we're leaving just in time as other people are coming in, so we'll give them a chance to enjoy the site. Look at that water one last time. Ooh, it is inviting. One last swim. Now, I wish. We got chores to do. You ready to go, babe? Get in the truck? Okay. Excited to go? Yeah. You're excited to go anywhere. Especially home, though, to see Mom. She's your favorite human. Yes. Alrighty. Here we go. Wow, what a great weekend. So Gracie and I were on the road. We're heading home now that I found my keys. Funny, I had to go back into the camper and get my keys. Story of my life. We got packed up, got out of there, and the couple that were setting up on the site next to us, I have a feeling they moved as soon as we left because they were like, ooh, he's leaving. So it was the best site in there. One thing I did notice while I was there, which is kind of a shame, is 3 of the 5 sites, people came in. On 2 of them, just set up a single little 2-person tent and left it. And what they're doing is they're reserving that spot for the weekend. That's kind of a jerk move, because if somebody wants to use it during the week, they should be allowed to use it. They come in, they see that, they go, oh, I can't sit up here. And I understand, you've got a favorite spot, or you got friends coming or something like that. I get that. But you don't own that place, and it's not up to you to monopolize, a site all week long. Even if you are throwing $5, a night into the jar, you're taking it away from other people that could use it. So that's kind of a jerk move. But, whatever. People are what they are. The other one, they came in, they stayed one night, and then when I left, everything was tarped up, and they're gone. They're, and I didn't see them today, and they probably won't be back till the weekend. Again, kind of not cool. And you do run into that more often than you'd like. Even up north, way up north near Canada, if there's yes, I know, I'll put my seatbelt on. I'm not on the road yet. Even up north, you'll see it where people will do that stuff. They'll haul these campers in and they'll leave them there. It's like, it's not your spot. It's for everybody, dude. So kind of uncool. But anyway, that's just me griping. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, wow, holy cow, I really appreciate it. You know how I feel about comments and liking and subscribing. It means the world to me. Comments are super helpful. Let me know what you want to see more of, what you want to see less of, things I can improve on, and places to go. I'm always interested in looking for new places to go, because Gracie and I, we love adventures, right? So with that, Gracie and I would like to say thank you for watching, and I'm Robert and Gracie, and this was our adventure. Yes. All right, now I'll put my seatbelt